As soon as I start recording, Kiki decides she wants to eat. Kiki! Fuck, that's annoying. This is going to be my last video on Resident Evil 7. AKA, stop fucking asking me to talk about Resident Evil goddamn 7. I'm in a weird predicament right now. I've got several different groups of people all hankering for different things. I have, of course, different people that show up on the channel going, hey, can you talk about Resident Evil 7? Hey, we want to know what you think about Resident Evil 7. It's out now. Would you talk about it? On the other hand, I've got friends that don't like it. Kiki, I swear to God, if you go back towards that food bowl, you've been up all morning. Get the fuck away from the food bowl while I'm recording. She is annoying as shit. She'll wait. She'll sit with me all day long. Like, if I'm playing a game, she'll sit in my lap all day long. And then when I lay my head down and go to sleep, she's like, oh, I'm hungry. Let me go eat for fucking 20 minutes. I have a group of people that are asking me to talk about Resident Evil 7. I have a group of friends that are like, it looks like trash, I don't want to play it. I have a group of friends who are like, I played it, it is trash, don't play it. I have a group of friends who are like, oh my god, it's fucking amazing, let me jerk off over it. I had one friend, I love you to death, but I'm about to bring you up. I had one friend who liked this fucking game so much, he had the audacity to say that he hopes the Resident Evil 2 remake is in first person. If I could get a hold of you, I would slap the shit out of you. Fuck you and that shit. Still like you though, but fuck you and that shit. And I have a group of people who are just like, you haven't played it, so you don't have an opinion on it. I do have an opinion on it. I don't have to play it to have an opinion on it. Let me explain this one more time for anybody out there that doesn't comprehend this. Would playing it help validate my opinion of these people? Yeah, sure, but I'm not going to spend $60 just so that you are like, oh, well, now I take your opinion seriously. I'm not going to fucking do that. Having not experienced something and having an opinion on it, and having experienced something and having an opinion on it are two very different things. My opinion would be a little bit more informed if I had a copy of the game. I'm not going to spend $60 fucking dollars though just to more accentuate my opinion on it. Okay? Let me go ahead and give you guys an analogy. All right? How many of you have read the book 50 Shades of Grey? Okay. How many of you have seen the movie 50 Shades of Grey? Okay. Now, how many of you, having never read the book and never watched the movie, would say the movie 50 Shades of Grey is fucking shit? Quite a few of you, I'm sure. Just because you think this is good and deserving of my unfettered attention doesn't mean that it's exempt from that example. Okay? There's a lot of things out there that people say is shit and they never try it out. Okay? Just because you like it doesn't mean I have to go out and buy it, okay? There are people on this planet that like taking a big old dick up the ass. That doesn't mean that I have to take that dick in order to tell you I don't want to take that dick. Do you fucking get it yet? Stop with that goddamn straw man argument. All that argument is translation, alright? All that argument is, you haven't even played it. Translation. I would need you to spend $60 and play the entire game, and I still wouldn't validate your opinion because I don't agree with you. Okay. I never said you couldn't like the goddamn video game. I said I don't like the goddamn video game. And for the people that are wondering, I'll give you some examples of why I don't like the goddamn video game. Everybody just assumes it's because I'm basing every bit of my information off of a demo. And by the way, when I say demo, I mean the first part, the first example of a demo they ever gave us. Because fuck updating a demo, that's stupid. By the way, I did update the demo, and I played it again, and it still fucking sucked. Alright? I don't want to jump through hoops to get a fucking handgun, that's stupid. Alright? When I first played the Resident Evil demo, it was shit. That's not my fault. I wasn't on the executive board that decided, hey, let's release a demo that has fuck all going on in it. Just have them wander around for a bit. Ooh, spooky shit, walking simulator. This was so good in PT. No. If they had released a goddamn demo that had been in the main area that I've seen where you had the statue holding the shotgun and I could get chased around by Hillbilly Redneck number 1 and I could go solve a few puzzles, that might have been a better fucking demo than the first shit I got. First impressions are everything in gaming. And it's somehow my fault that their first impression was shit? Go fuck yourself! I played the demo and I didn't like it. Now, as for the final game being out, I've watched a few different people play it. I've watched a few different people stream it. And I still don't fucking like it. I don't like the first person aspect. I don't like the combat. Like, the combat system is designed in a certain way. Like, they give you a combat knife, which I get is an homage to the old Resident Evils. But what happened to the axe? The axe is kind of fun. Alright? I don't like the gunplay. I don't like anything about the combat. The exploration in the atmosphere, the rotating of objects, that's a good thing. But that's not worth $60 fucking alone. I don't like the fact that you have hillbilly horror, okay? I don't fucking care about hillbilly horror. I live in Alabama. That's not scary. That's my goddamn neighbors. Okay? I don't care about the hillbilly horror. It's not frightening. I find mad science and abominations developed by viruses to be way more frightening than welcome to the family, son. You done fucked up now, boy. I don't like the way you be shooting me in the face, son. It ain't gonna work. That ain't fucking scary to me, okay? That's snarky bullshit that works when you're riffing on a video game. That's not scary, okay? I don't like the way the puzzles are. There are some puzzles in the game that seem really intricate and interesting. I've seen the spider puzzle. That's a neat idea, working with shadows and rotating an object that has no real correlation with what you're doing and forming an object on a parchment, whatever the fuck that is. That's an interesting puzzle. But most of the other stuff is just find keys, find random object, you know, putting the sigils in doors and stuff. I like that. But I want more. I remember in the old school Resident Evil, you'd sometimes have to find 4 or 5 objects just to open one door. Anybody remember the police officer's chamber where you had to find 3 stone things and then two pieces of one stone thing and put all that into one single wall to open one door? I want more of that. Is that in the game? Instead of saying, oh, it's a masterpiece, Brett, you have to play it. Why don't you give me some information and tell me if the puzzles are intricate or good? Tell me what other puzzles there are besides Simon Says, find a key and do this. Tell me what's in the game. Give me information and I might change my opinion. I don't like that there's only fucking, I think, 4 monster designs in the entire game aside from hillbilly horror. That's fucking stupid. Where are the Cerberuses? Where are Neptunes? Where are Hunters? Where are Lickers? No, you get the molded. Those things aren't fucking scary. They remind me of the ooze monsters from Revelations. And if I have to remind you, I didn't like Revelations either! But you got these people that keep saying, oh, Brett, you have to play it. You have to love it. I don't have to do anything except give you my opinion. And it's just a goddamn opinion. It doesn't mean you can't like the game any less. It just means that I don't like the game. I don't like the FPS. I don't like the hillbilly shit. I don't like the combat. I don't like the puzzles. And I don't like the fucking music. Every single video I've watched, it's been fucking pretty quiet. Don't get me wrong. Ambiance is a good thing. Hearing crows and rain and thunder and all that, I love ambiance. But I also love actual music. And when this fucking game has less music than a Dark Souls game, that's a problem for me. Every single time the music comes on, it's because there's jump scare bullshit happening. Oh god, indie, FPS, green light, steam, you know. That's not fucking fun to me. I want to hear those tunes that I remember from the old series. To give you guys a fucking example, Final Fantasy 15, that new fandangled Final Fantasy game, lets you play old Final Fantasy tracks in it. It's kind of contrived because it's just in the car, but that's fun. Why couldn't I find like an iPod or some shit somewhere, and this would be really immersion breaking, but why couldn't I find an iPod and be like, oh, you know, save room theme from Resident Evil 1, I want to play that on loop for the rest of the fucking game. That would be great, but I don't see that in the game. At the end of the day, I don't like the way Resident Evil 7 looks based on what it is. Alright? It is a first-person... Okay, maybe it's not indie. It is AAA status. The graphics are okay until you get close and examine the textures for more than 5 fucking minutes. The textures are bad, people. It is a first-person game that is trying to be like the old school games. There are elements of the old school games, and there's resource management, and there's fucking puzzles, and there's turning objects and finding notes. But at the end of the day, I don't like the way it is. And it's okay to not like the way it is, alright? There are people out there that don't like first-person games. There are people out there that don't like third-person games. You don't get on their goddamn case because it's like, oh, it's just a different perspective. Why are you tripping? I mean, I played Resident Evil for a long fucking time. Alright? Let me just fucking get this shit out here. Goddamn fucking game. Code Veronica. I got Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. You know, wait, I don't have 4. 4's sitting still on the shelf. There's fucking 4, okay? Let me get up, show you that I'm wearing pajamas. I got Resident Evil Revelations 2. I got 4, 5, and 6. I've got the Origin collections. I've played all the goddamn video games, and I'm telling you that I don't like this one. I'm pretty sure I have enough of an informed opinion to determine whether or not I want to waste 60 of my fucking dollars on it. So stop fucking with me. Stop bullshitting me. Stop telling me you can't have an opinion. You haven't played this one. I played all the others. Shut the fuck up. I don't like Resident Evil 7. You can like Resident Evil 7 all you like. Turn it into dust, rub it on your dick, and go to a rave. I don't give a shit. Okay? I'm just going to keep waiting for the Resident Evil 2 remake. Because that one I would like to play. Because I like the old school fixed camera angle, puzzles, and monsters, and music. That's what I grew up with. That's what I find fun. Eventually, when things change, people lose interest. Okay? I lost interest with Silent Hill. I lost interest with Final Fantasy. I don't understand why it is that Resident Evil is the one series I have to stick to. One of my first videos I ever uploaded to YouTube was Resident Evil 5 Rant. I don't know if it's still up. I purged the channel. I didn't like that one. I liked Resident Evil 6. I didn't like Revelations. I liked Revelations 2. It's a goddamn opinion. And it's mine. And it's mine to have. Stop telling me I'm fucking wrong for how I feel, you fucking ignorant shits. God damn it. It's so infuriating that I can't think for myself in this hive mind mentality that you goddamn gamers have these days. Oh shit, Brett's different. I'm not being a contrarian cunt. I'm not being an asshole. I'm not trolling. I just don't like it. If you want to change my fucking mind, instead of screaming at me and telling me how wrong I am and how much of a fanboy I am, how about you tell me about the game? Instead of saying, you're wrong, say, this is why I like it. That would be a better fucking argument. How about instead of being mad at me for not liking it and being hopeful that I'd play it, just send a copy of it my way and I'll fucking play it. And then if I don't like it, I'll tell you. And if I do like it, I might apologize to you. But I'm sick of this you're wrong shit. It infuriates me. I'm not wrong for having a fucking opinion. Whether the game is good or bad, I can still dislike it. Okay? I don't like Final Fantasy 15, and I don't like the Witcher series. Those are both glorious fucking games. Are you going to tell me I'm wrong for not liking them too? Are you going to bullshit me? Are you going to try to pick apart my opinion? Fuck! Also, I played The Witcher 2 all the way through. Didn't like it. It's a great game. Didn't like it. It's an opinion. It's a fucking opinion. And you've got mine. Now stop asking.